What's up, everybody? I'm David Johansson, and you're watching The Artistic Mind. Alright, so today we start off by blocking the background in. And as you can see, it's quite a dark color. It's mainly black and it's brown. I use this dark color in order to make a feeling that's quite mystery. It's gonna be lots of shadows, and I really want the apples. They're not gonna pop out from the shadows. They're actually gonna be like parts of them. And you will see later on when it's finished what I mean, but they're more gonna be like in shadow, like in the background, and I really like how it turned out in the end. So as you can see, I have a simple sketch of the apples, which I'm painting the dark color around, and I use some painting medium in order to make the painting more fluid, since when you block the background in, you want it to be quite easily flowing, so you don't have to work it in that hard. And I also I do come back later on in the video and put some more darks in it, since when you use some of this medium, it usually gets more gray, since the paint is not as concentrated. So I will come back and put even more black into it to make it really dark here and there. Done with background, do I move on to the foreground and start blocking in some of the colors here. The foreground is not going to be anything spectacular. It's just going to be, as you guys can see, I'm painting a stripe of lighter color here, and that's pretty much going to be the light that's coming from the side, or in front, or it's mainly coming a little bit from the left side, kind of. So the gray color here will get brighter later on when I keep painting. So you will actually notice that it's a stripe of sunlight, and I also like that the contrast that we get now between the dark background and that stripe of light. As you know, do I like contrasts? Okay, and in front of that, do I paint a quite, it's quite a bright brown color, to make a little bit of variation there. Alright, so I start blocking in some of the red colors in the apples, and I'm just gonna paint the entire apples with a red or orange color. because since I will come back and work on them much more, but for me it's very hard to paint if I don't have at least one layer of color down on the canvas. I think it's pretty hard for me to get a grip of the actual painting, or the actual object, if I don't have, one layer of paint down there already. So I decided to paint the apples in just one color, and that's gonna be this red, orange color. Because they will be, there will be all kinds of variations in them, like greens, yellows, and shadows, brown, and everything. So as you can see here, did I make a little jump to where I've painted the actual apples, and as you can see, they're just red with some kind of variations in them. But I just wanted this before I started painting the green, which I start with right now. And also I like that you potentially could see a little bit of red shining through the green, and that just makes it more realistic to me, than just to paint the green on a white canvas. So that's just a tip from me to paint your object in one base color, and then move on and add all kinds of details and more layers of paint. Okay, so yeah, I paint this green color in here on the top of the right one, and a little bit on the left one. But on the left one, it won't be as visible later on, because that side is mainly going to be in shadow. And now do I just move on, and this is where the fun part starts, really, to me. It's like when you can start painting all the kinds of variations in your reds. Like here I'm painting a more pink red, and I'm gonna have all kinds of like orange red, pink red, dark red with some black in. I'm gonna have yellows with some black in, just pure yellow. It's gonna add more and more kinds of different colors, and this is when it starts to get fun. Like before, when I was just mainly blocking in the base colors, I could get to this phase. So this is where I really really enjoy the painting. I do enjoy it otherwise as well, but this is when it gets really fun. Okay, so now I have painted a little bit more on the apples, and now did I just feel like I wanted to emphasize the darkness around the apples a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing right now, to make them, not really pop out, since that's not really the feeling. As you can see, do I blend it in right now, in the background a little bit, especially that left side, since I wanted wanted it to be a little bit turned, maybe, so that the shadows on that side is a little bit stronger than the rest. And also, I just felt like I wanted to apologize about the light reflection on the canvas right now. I was not noticing it, since I was the light was not reflecting when I was painting, like from my angle, but from the camera angle it was apparently reflecting a little bit, and I'm so sorry about that. It will be better a little bit later in the video. But I guess as the day went on, the sun was obviously moving, and we got a little bit reflection here. And that's not really happening often to me, since in my real art studio I have north light in from my. The window is facing north. But this time I was painting at our summer house, so my art studio there did not have or is not facing north, so that's why we got the sun reflection here. So you won't be seeing any more of that later on, since I will be in my ordinary studio. And if you didn't know that, if you have the opportunity to have your easel at a window that's facing north, that's always the best, since the sun is never shining directly in there. And that's good for several reasons, but mainly since you don't get any light reflection. Alright, so before I end this painting, I just want to do all the finishing touches, and that was to add a little bit of reflection to the apple to the right. And I also wanted to say that you maybe wonder why I don't, why the left apple is not totally in shadow on the right side of the left apple. So that is because I wanted it to be, a little bit reflecting light from the other apple. So I was thinking that the right apple was reflecting a little bit light to the left apple's right side. I hope you follow with me right now, since that was quite an important part, because I could just got it totally dark, and yeah, that would look okay too, but I just thought this could maybe look even a little bit more realistic. Alright, that's gonna be all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to see more content coming. And until next time, I'm David Johansson. Bye bye.